super duper nice people. He would help anybody, anytime, anytime. He probably won't race to help somebody. If you ever met him, come by the pit. One of the nicest guys in the paddock, in my opinion, except he stole my brother's number 5. Don't matter. Farha Bugari, our TB importer for the USA. Good luck, Farha. His teammate, same kart, nice guy. A little tall for karting, but he makes it do. Not bad. I like the way he drives. Number 24, Matthew Sanford. Coming in, right out of the gate. Never seen this kid before. Not the kid, but number 86, David Carmer. How old are you, David? How old are you? 44 years young. Look at that. Still racing. One of my best friends in racing right now. Just known for 2 years, but what a guy. What a family. Also a helper. He's going to put a hell of a race out there. Be calm. Be cool. Mr. Thomas Hankinson. By the way, your car just opened up in price, no?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot. Now, we can ask a little bit more now.
Got an engine that's
Yeah. Okay, we got an engine in the cart. He's second in championship. He can go to Italy. If everything comes together, here we go. The race will be between him and the guy starting in third. His son was just out there. He was cheering like crazy. Runs Palm Beach International Raceway. Come by the track and check it out on an AM Racing TB kart. Kurt Matthewsons. Had a baby, never stopped karting. Spends every dime that's left over from home in karting. Bought a Praga kart. Doesn't drive as much as he wants, but for the limited time he drives, one of the best I've seen. Chris Bainey! Man, this guy had all the bad luck already. I'm not even going to say anything because I would jinx him, but he had all the bad luck that we can imagine, and he's starting just outside the front row. From Puerto Rico, on a CRG, on a who knows whose engine. Doesn't matter. He's going to go up to the front on the rubber. Gonzalo Aponto! Coming from Miami, Homestead karting boy. Great guy, great guy. Number 00 on a CRG, on a, I believe, Bordonia engine. AM engine. I'm sorry about that. I hope he gives my brother a run for his money. Go get him, Tim Oman! On my last 10 races, I have beat this guy. Flat out beat him, you know. I taught him everything, but not everything. He is my brother, Eduardo Martins from Brazil. Good luck, bro. Go get him. Just because I'm not there, I'm going to let you win. Because if I was there, I'll kick your ass. We're going to go racing pretty soon. This is the last race of the day. Last champion.
Tension in the pits, tension in the pits. If we could get Florida plate number CFY L55. It's a white Elantra. Florida plate CFY L55. You're blocking somebody in who's trying to get loaded up and going home. If you could help us out with that courtesy. Again, Florida plate CFY L55. It's a white Elantra. If you could help us out, be courteous, move that car. We'd appreciate it.
So the 2014 Chevrolet Corvette pace car takes the master drivers around, and here's how we'll line them up. Eduardo Martins in the number 51 inside row 1. Outside it'll be 00 Tim Allman. Starting third, Gonzalo Aponte into 04. Chris Bainey starting fourth in the 14. Starting fifth to 25 of Kurt Matheson. Thomas Hankinson in the 52 will start 6th, 7th. David Kerner in the 86. Matthew Sanford in the 24, starting 8th, 9th. It'll be Farshad Bagheri. Vicky Bryan in the 26 schedule. 10th, Fernando Almana will start in the 11th position. And 20 laps, your Masters. They pull in behind the 2014 Chevrolet Corvette. Beautiful car. Again, we've been treated some great pace vehicles. Look at these shifters in their spot, ready to go. 20 laps. What an exciting weekend. Again, they'll get one more lap. So row number 1, the guy's been dominating all weekend. Eduardo Martins in the 51, Tim Allman in the 00. And starter going to look him over. He'll get that left arm up, ready to go. Raise it up to the sky. Green is up. They come off the line. Again, on that inside, Eduardo going to have the advantage into turn number 1. Again, just watching Danny Fromall when you get off to that early start and you hold on. A great start. As Martins will head into turn number 3. Quickly opens up a 4-cart length advantage over Allman. Tim Allman. And running in that second place position. Again, Tim's pretty much been hung out there. In second. Final event of the afternoon. Your master shifters. Fourth, fifth, and sixth. Some good racing in behind the 14 of Chris Bainey. So your top 3 again. It's Martins running in the second spot. Allman third. It'll be Gonzalo Aponte. Then Chris Bainey, Kurt Matheson, Tom Hankinson. Good racing. Fourth, fifth, and sixth. As they all come under the arch. And Eduardo Martin's going to watch Allman with a nice crisscross move coming off of turn number 2. How do you do? My name is Allman. I'm up in front. So Tim Allman, your new leader. So brand new leader. How about that? Boy, what a nice crisscross move coming off of turn number 1 for Tim Allman. Crossed over into turn 2. Your top 3, it's Tim Allman holding on to the top position. Martin's running second, third. It'll be the 0-4 of Alponte. Tim Allman showing his stuff. Lap number 2, 53.409. That's quick time for Tim Allman. So Tim really rocking it right now. And you go back, you look at these 3 heats again, it really has been dominated by Eduardo Martins. Has been very strong. And right now, maybe going to be challenge here is Allman your leader with 4 laps in, 20-lap final. And lap number 5 in the books. Allman with a 53.234. Again, we've talked about it pretty much the entire weekend. When these drivers are able to get up front, man, they continue to get quicker. And Allman, 53.234. Just to that here in lap number 5. Martin's running second, 0.6 of a second behind your leader. Gonzalo Ponte third, Chris Bainey fourth, Matheson fifth. Yeah, boy, Eduardo very hard coming into turn number 1. He's going to run a little bit of a different line than your leader, Allman. Tim Allman kind of comes out a little bit to the outside off of turn 1. And you look at Martins, he kind of runs the center of the track off that exit at turn 1 right here in front of the announcer's booth. They'll cross the line, 6 down in the books with 14 to go. 20-lap final. Allman your leader, Martins running second, Aponte third, Bainey fourth, Matheson running fifth, Hankinson sixth, Garner running 7th, Mickey Bryan running 8th, Sanford 9th. But Gary continued to struggle here this weekend, currently sitting in a 10th spot. Again, 11 seconds behind your leader. And you're watching now as Martins comes into that turn number 1, really wrestling that kart, not dialed in the way he had it earlier here in this afternoon. Yeah, a little bit of passing coming off at turn number 1. That'll be the 86, going to bring the 20 right with him. David Garner along with Vicky Bryan. Vicky Bryan going to pick up a spot. Again, good for Vicky. Broke in that pre-final. So Vicky Bryan a little racing toward the back of the field. We talked about Tim Allman again, lap number 7. He turned quick time 52.973. Opens up at 0.8 of a second advantage over Martins. Eduardo Martins with a 53.187, his best lap time. So right now we've got one driver, and that's your leader in the 52-second bracket. Tim Allman, 52.973. And he's carrying about an 0.8 of a second advantage, so holding on. So Vicky Bryan going to make some noise. Vicky yet moves up another position in that 26. He worked around the 24 of Sanford. So a nice piece of driving there. Vicky Bryan moving up a spot. And she'll cross the line now. Vicky Bryan now 7th. Sanford running 8th. Garner running 9th. With 8 laps in, 12 laps remaining. And so far, so good for Tim Allman. Carries a 0.7 of a second advantage over Martins. And Tim Allman hitting them shifts, moving right along.
All right, Tim, your turn. Or excuse me, Jed, your turn. Go ahead and find
9 in the book. Still 0.8 of a second advantage for Tim Allman. Tim making his way into turn number 7. Yeah, look at this little battle there. That'll be for that 4th and 5th position. Chris Bainey, Kurt Matheson, 4th and 5th as they head down into turn number 10.
Slide back.
Again, there's that battle coming into turn number 1. Chris Bainey currently running 4th, Matheson running 5th. They'll come off at turn number 2. That'll be 4th and 5th into turn number 3, led by Bainey in the number 14. So we'll see if Chris Bainey can hang on and keep Matheson behind him. That is for 4th place. Bainey a good run into turn number 7. So Chris Bainey right now running 4th. Kurt Matheson in the 25, being scored 5th. They're about 3.5 seconds behind your race leader, Tim Allman. Tim Allman, your race leader. So Chris Bainey going to continue to try to hold off Kurt Matheson, but that's been a good little race between those drivers. Again, Chris Bainey started 4th, Matheson started 5th, and right now they are running 4th and 5th. Here they come now. So 11 laps complete for your race leader, Tim Allman. He'll cross the line. Yeah, and how about Eduardo Martin's lap number 11 just turned to 52.845. So Eduardo going to show a little muscle now as they come back into turn number 1. All right, Tim Allman off of turn number 2. He'll carry that lead. Eduardo trying to come on, trying to make something out of it. Eduardo going to work now. This will be lap number 12, complete out of 20. Lap number 12 in the books. And you see the different line again as Martins comes down to that low side on the entry to turn number 1. And it has not worked for him as Tim Allman continues the whole track as they come into turn number 3. And Eduardo Martin's lap number 12 turned a 52.720. And he's still about 0.7 of a second behind your leader. So they'll pick up your leaders. Now they'll make their way into turn number 1. Again, you see that different line, and Eduardo kind of looping out a little bit further. He makes that right-hand turn very close to the curbing. You look at Tim Allman, he kind of shifts that thing over to the left side. But Allman right now in the 0-0, your leader off at turn number 3. Lap number 14. How about Chris Bainey? Just turned a 52.698. Bainey right now running 4th, 3.4 seconds behind your leader. Eduardo Martins with a 52.713. Well, Eduardo makes something out of it here with a few laps coming your way. Next time they come past the arch, it'll be 4 laps remaining. Pretty good run going for Tim Allman. So Tim hanging on. Nice run through turns 1, 2, and 3 for Tim Allman in the 00. And Baney in that 14. Doing battle with Gonzalo. Baney trying to get that spot back. Baney right now being scored in the 4 spot. He's trying to get back to 3rd, trying to get a podium finish for Baney. Again, Aponte in the 04. Chris Baney in the number 14. Again, that is 3rd and 4th as they come down the long straightaway. That's been a great run as Chris Baney, lap number 15, turned to 52.641. Baney, obviously the quicker cut, tries to go to the outside. Battle for 3rd into turn number 12. And Baney, again, looking to the inside. Not enough there. You kind of see him leaning to the right a little bit. Boy, how about Tim Allman now starting to get a little breathing room. Baney goes to work again on Gonzalo Aponte off of turn 3. So Chris Baney doing an outstanding job, but just cannot get around that 3rd place card of Aponte. Yeah, and Chris Baney, lap number 15, 52.641. So 17 laps complete. Again, what a run going for Tim Allman. Boy, he'd love to check out of here today with a win. And he's got to do it 3 more times with a 1.5 second advantage now for Tim Allman. Great run for Tim Allman. Opens up his biggest lead, 1.5 seconds off of turn number 9. Works that hairpin turn, goes down the long straightaway. Martin's running 2nd. Aponte 3rd. Running 4th is Chris Baney. 5th, it'll be Kurt Matheson. Hankinson running 6th. Vicky Bryant 7th. Sanford running 8th. McGarry running 9th on the lead lap. Carter running 10th. So far, all those drivers. Now Chris Baney going to find that room off turn 1. Finally gets around Aponte again. That is for that 3rd spot on the podium. So Chris Baney now 3rd. Again, remember, lap number 15, he turned quick time, 52.641. They'll come under the arch. Chris Baney looks over his right shoulder. Look at the different line with 2 to go. So how about this? Tim Allman now 1.9 seconds ahead of your leader. Or is your leader ahead of of Eduardo Martins. Eduardo is kind of settling back now. Traffic stretching out your top 5. So Tim Allman will look up. He'll take the white flag. There it is. 1 to go. So Tim Allman, 1 to go, and he's got a 1.9 second advantage over Eduardo Martins. Baney 3rd, 3.6 behind your leader, Aponte, and Kurt Matheson, your top 5. How about Tim Allman? Boy, you knew he had to do his homework to try to get something going on with Eduardo Martins. And Eduardo, boy, he's been dominating all day long, and again, he's been challenged by Tim Allman. And Tim Allman will make his way into turn number 1. For the final time, there's the gap. Comfortable, he's got to just coast it home now. Into turn number 3. Tim Allman into 00, carrying about a 2.1 second advantage. He heads into turn number 3 for the final time. Here he comes on the final turn. Your winner into 00, Tim Allman, your shifter master winner. So an outstanding run. You see the fireworks going off